asking society to engage, those who disagree with government, or
Right.
those who disagree with the heteronormative, or those who disagree with the majority,
Right.
would you concede that it's very worrying that in a society to engage, protest should be allowed without it being called, foreign hands funded or anti-national or ready for sedition or being put into jail? How should society dialogue when protesters are not even allowed to be in Jantar Mantar, but they must now go out of sight so that their protest is not heard? When Parliament does not ask for committees, when Parliament does not allow for discussion, when the opposition itself is discredited, how will society dialogue? Do you think this is a crisis?
Is it your case that all protests are genuine?
Yes, I would presume until there's extreme empirical evidence.
So, hold on.
To the contrary.
Does the state have the right to prove at the very least that not all protests are organic and genuine? Yes or no?
May I answer that without a yes or no, because we're trying to not be binary.
Thank you. At least then I should be extended the very same courtesy.
Yes.
Yes.
So my point is, and I'm sort of, this is becoming I have to step back a little bit, draw you in here.
Right.
Sai?
It's rather like watching the volley in Wimbledon that we're all missing.
Yeah.
Please go on.
Sai, I'm going to bring Saurabh in here to answer this actually, but when you ask that question,
when you ask
that question,
right.
I would in fact say, as a journalist, woman, citizen, any other identity I wear, I would deeply urge the government, media, and everyone else to provide empirical evidence before they do any name calling that is currently going on in our public life.
Okay. So when they launch prosecutions, which is well within their power,
Sorry?
when the government launches prosecutions with respect to certain protesters, or even journalists for that matter, who they know for a fact or they have material to believe have not exactly been true to Indian interests, are you saying that the government has no right to prosecute such people merely because they happen to be protectors of free speech and they are in exempted categories such as journalists?
No.
Yes.
What I, as a journalist and a woman and a citizen, definitely disagree with is the right of the government to frame people in certain contexts and in certain languages, and that could be any government, and that cuts across many dispensations. Right now it's the center that we're discussing. They'll say, we have this knowledge, but we don't need to put it in the public space. Okay. And they often do that.
Did you ask this question before 2014?
Before 2014?
Yes.
Very
Did you
much
ask this
so.
question?
Very much so.
In what context?
In the context of Binayak Sen.
Did you ask it in the context of Section 66A?
Yes.
When?
But wait, Sai, you're dragging me down specifics.
No, you've asked me a question. Now I have...
No,
now
hold
the
on.
floodgates have
66A.
opened. I have the right to respond.
I feel like I should gut in at this point.
Saurabh,